Uh, the question is asking how much life do you think it'll bring to StarCraft II, and do you think it'll be announced at BlizzCon? I almost guarantee it's going to be announced at BlizzCon, but do you
If
think
it's
it's?
not, StarCraft is so fucked. Like, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
that
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 guy who
would
just
be the
says it.
ultimate, the ultimate Kappa troll. Just
Although,
like
you know
not a.
what? You
Do
know
you get
what?
the hint, community? We don't care.
Hang on. The only alternative, if they didn't announce like this Void, but they came and they're like, "We're finally putting fucking skins in the game," I would just be like, "About damn time!" Like,
I'm not sure if it would save us, but no.
maybe not, but
Obviously, 99.9% sure it will be announced.
I'm hoping.
Didn't
So.
they? Didn't they already? No, wait. I can't say that. Never mind.
They've got a StarCraft section announced, but they don't have anything like Legacy of the Void labeled or anything. So
Okay.
Oh, all right. So what about actually bringing life to the game? Back to the game with the expansion release.
well, I think anything new, like even Heroes of the Storm. This is a bad example, I know, but in contrast, like when it was out brand new for the first week, oh my god, people couldn't get enough of it, and then it died off really quick. There's a very real possibility that happens with Legacy of the Void. I don't think it will because there's such a StarCraft established fan base, but it will absolutely at least bring a surge of popularity. The question is like how long does that ride out, right? Like that's gonna be the real question.
Yep. No, it's just like Riff said. Anything that's new will be exciting. New units are exciting, but we need a lot of units. I feel like I've said this before on the show as well. Like I think Blizzard shouldn't be too afraid of putting stuff in the game that may not be used very often. Like who cares if it's not used very often? As long as it's there, like it's fun to me. There will always be this Avilo type of streamer that will somehow make this unit work and do something cool with it, right? Like, don't you agree, Riff? Like, are you
There's the
upset
roughs
with a
of the
unit?
world.
Yeah, are you upset with a unit that's not used very often? I'm not. Like, let it be
No,
there.
like that kind of goes back to the nuke thing, right? Like the nuke's never
Yeah.
used, but it's like the most hype thing in StarCraft 2 when a nuke, even if it doesn't land, everyone's on the edge
Yeah.
of their seat. They're like, oh, oh, ah.
No, I totally agree. So obviously, I think that obviously we all hope for skins. The one thing that I truly hope for is the automated tournaments like that Warcraft 3 had on Battle.net. If that won't be implemented during the time of Legacy of the Void, I'll be generally disappointed because I just I love Blizzard, but I can't understand the thought process behind that. That we had something so amazing in Warcraft 3 in 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. And then we start playing StarCraft 2, and 4.5 years later, despite we all wish for it, we all want it, and if we still don't get it, I'd be generally
I
disappointed.
think StarCraft could survive without it, but it would be one of those things that's so you just feel like the infrastructure is already there. It's not like skins. Like they've said for skins, the reason they can't do it is like there's not enough data, they don't have the infrastructure. That makes sense. But like with a whole nother game, they've got experience in the past. Yeah, I kind of feel like the automated tournaments would be cool. Because like
And
I'm not gonna
I
lie,
would
I was
also. Sorry.
well, I was gonna say I was a shitty Warcraft 3 player. I think I had a 2-win streak at most ever playing those stupid little things. But I still played every weekend, right? Like
Yeah. No, it's fun. It gives people like competing is fun. It doesn't really matter. Like worldwide, there are millions or billions of people even who play sports on Saturday morning, and they know that they never be a professional athlete, but it's just fun. Who cares? And this goes for playing a StarCraft tournament as well. And like, yes, you could say we already have StarCraft tournaments, but it's a world of difference whether you click a button and you're in a tournament, or you have to go to a website, which is often an outdated website, and you have to find your game account and you have to sign up with your email, you have to confirm an email. It's not the same. And there are plenty more things out there, but I'm very excited for Legacy of the Void because I do know that Blizzard truly cares.
I think.
I actually
Go ahead,
oh,
Riff.
well, I don't know about Rotterdam. I've actually found that it seems like everybody I've ever cast with and everybody I've ever played with, no one seemed to ever give a single fuck about the single player. Yo, I love the StarCraft single players. I don't care about story or canon about like, Kerrigan and Raynar, this or that. I just always thought they were cool. The story, the cinematics were always so badass. You get those fucking chills and goosebumps watching Kerrigan kick Mink's ass. Like, I'm honestly looking forward to that. I think not the most, but I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, I think a lot of people are with you on that one. I think a lot of people are excited. I completed the Wings of Liberty campaign. I really enjoyed this one. How do you say that? Stage or challenge?
Cinematic or
No, it was a level, just this one level, I guess,
oh, okay.
where you were basically playing Dota with Raynar.
Oh yeah, the battle
Where you-
cruiser or whatever. Yeah, I know.
where you-
Yeah.
No, when you were killing all the zombies and you had like multiple heroes that you're selecting all spells with, and you had that shot that
Oh,
goes through all the zombies and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. When you're like underground or whatever, in like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Vegas
like
kind
in
of
this
thing.
little
Yeah,
cave,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody had that was awesome. Like I was enjoying that, and I was
That
like,
was
man,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, like that's what I had it like the way that those units and those abilities work. That's what I kind of was hoping that Heroes of the Storm would be for me, like more on that engine and that kind of pace, and then like a little more close to Dota, which I know is not very original, but that was just my dream.
For the
Unfortunately, it's
for the chat, there's no spoilers on a 4-year-old game. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think there's a statute of limitations on like, you know.
and I'm sorry if you never made it to level 7 or 8 of the campaign. If you didn't make it after 4.5 years, I don't think you ever get that, guys. It's not a spoiler.
Bruce
Yeah.
Willis was dead the whole time.
So, crap. Okay, I think I know if you know anything, Roddy, you can't say it, but I am 90% sure that they are going to release free to play competitive StarCraft. I feel like it's a smart choice. I feel like there are so many people that buy the campaign for just that. There are so many games purchased. The game purchased to activated competitive play or consistent competitive play, it is much higher in favor of those who buy it to play the campaign.
So what makes you say that? I honestly don't know, so I
Oh
can talk
no,
freely.
this is
I can talk.
entirely off me thinking that
Okay, but how would you do that then? Because to need Legacy of the Void, you're gonna need Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. You're gonna make those free as well?
the competitive portion, yes. So they would probably pull out the client that makes it competitive, and that would all be a little bundle you could download.
Well, I mean, it's already halfway there, right? Like you could sort of play without like if as long as you're what is that spawning feature or whatever, where you party
Yeah.
with somebody. So I guess I mean they're probably working towards that, but I don't know, man. Like I feel like the $20, $40 paywall to play StarCraft 2 is not what stops people from playing StarCraft 2.
No,
Like if you're
it's
really into
better.
it, there's a lot of ways to play it.
Yeah, I agree that like it doesn't help because indeed people love free games. Like I'm not really like that. Like when I played Heroes of New Earth a long time ago, I enjoyed that game so much that I bought it way
Yo,
before.
I loved Han, man.
How sick was that game? That was like the freaking best
Dude,
mobile of all time.
Jeremiah for life. I'm just
No,
saying.
Madman all day, every day with Bolo. No, like that game was so good that I played it for 2 days, and I was like, I didn't even have to pay the game because in that moment it was free to play. But I was just like, this is an amazing game.
Yeah, I
I'm just gonna
pre-ordered
pay
it.
it. Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
they deserve my $20 or $30, whatever it was. Because I'm playing this game 10 hours a day, and I'm absolutely loving the hell out of it. So. I know that's my point of view, and I know that not everybody in the world is like me. I know there are a lot of people who are, paying for expensive colleges and just can't afford to buy an expensive game. So obviously, free to play would help. But I agree with Riff. That's not the only thing that's holding StarCraft 2 back. StarCraft 2 just needs to be more social and needs to be a more fun experience for the casual viewer.
I don't think it's the crux of the issue. I just think it definitely will help. I would never have tried Dota or League of Legends. If they were a $40 game to play, I probably never would have tried those. That's the reason I haven't tried Battlefield. I already play Counter-Strike and Call of Duty.
You say that now, but then like you're gonna watch a Twitch tournament that's got like 100,000 viewers on a game you've never played, and you're gonna be a little bit curious as well. So I mean, like you can't say like a $40 paywall would stop you from playing League of Legends.
Would it
There's
stop me?
enough
No.
people.
But I would need
I mean,
that
like-
motivation to do it a little more so than just
Yeah, but
it's
if,
free.
but if you watch a badass tournament, then you're like, hey, this game looks awesome. I like obviously it will always keep some players away because some people are just like, hey, why would I pay if I can play all these games these days for free? But there are bigger issues to address, and there are bigger things for us to hope for. I really don't know. I don't know the answer. I talk a lot with Blizzard, but I focus much more, like on WCS and like on the show rather than I'm not going to tell Blizzard how should they market their product. I know my strengths and weaknesses, so I never get involved in talks like that, and I honestly don't know. Would I be happy if it's free to play? Yes, because I do agree it would probably help, but I don't know. I don't really have a specific opinion about it.
I don't think making it free to play is going to double the viewership or the participation of people playing.
I personally don't think it's going to happen either, because I think all the plans are set in stone, and I think that is a very drastic change. And Blizzard is a huge corporate company where you can. It's not like somebody just walks into the office one day. It's like, hey guys, what do you think? Multiplayer, free to play? Oh yeah, let's do it. Cheers. Like it doesn't really work like that. These are all plans that are made years ago. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't know, but I personally don't expect it.
Okay. I think that we are pretty much about to wrap up. Before we do that, we didn't. We were going to go over some replays, but we didn't. We are going to do this. There was show matches planned for when we started the late game, and they were going to be played at the beginning. We'd do the show matches, and the players would just take time after each game to sit and talk with the people watching and take questions and all that, so people can get an idea of why they did what they did, then go into the next game, etc., etc. Wisecracks sponsors that. It gets a $125 prize pool every week for that. But since we realized that there is very little time, because we can talk for hours, and it makes it hard to get all the content we want to talk about from the week and the show match in, we're going to be splitting that up. So when that's going to happen, probably start next week. And it'll be a different day for those show matches, and that'll just be something that we recap at the beginning and discuss. And but they'll still be live. We'll still have the players talk to the guests or to the crowd. So keep an eye out for that. On top of that, check out our sponsor, esportsify.com. Use code AliveGame if you register and to upgrade. And it's if you're creating a content site, or if you've got a team you're starting and you want to start your website, hop on there, use that site, and it's a really great. It's kind of like WordPress in a way, but it's a lot easier to use, and everything is really esports friendly. They already have an awesome set of graphics loaded in there, so definitely check them out. Again, that's code AliveGame. Rifkin, thank you for coming on. This is your first time on the show. It's really good to have you. I see you all the time on Remax. Oh, and Remax. Make sure you guys check out Remax tomorrow.
Been on Remax like once, but yeah, all the time. Totes.
So thank you for coming. Do you want to give me shout outs? Tell people where they find you?
I always just find me working away in Base Trade TV. I think I'm casting actually every single day this month. So yeah, twitch.tv/Base Trade TV.
That sick esport ad money, right?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know which year you live. Like, poor Riff. Like, Riff, if you were doing what you were doing now in 2010, 2011, boy,
I'd be fucking rich.
You'd be bringing it to the bank. You'd be balling out of control.
You know what breaks my heart, though? People always tell me that, right? They're like, oh, you should have been doing this 2 years ago. I'm like, well, I wasn't, so fuck me. I'm doing it now. Leave me alone. Like, oh, my God.
It would have actually been... I didn't stream back then either, but I just, like... I saw the numbers because I really didn't believe what guys were like Stefano and stuff were telling me. I was like, no, this is nonsense. And then I just see it. I was like, this is not normal. Like, why did anybody tell me about this free money?
I actually, this is something worth bringing up just here at the end of the show real quick. I never had the great. So when I started off, this was normal for me. And I actually have no qualms about the lower amounts that we're making now. So, like, I feel bad for the guys, like, Grubby and stuff, who probably, like, oh, they fucking made bank back in the day, and now it's, like, nothing for them. Whereas for me, this is the top of the game for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing fucking good. Leave me alone. This is the best month I've had so far. Like, just keep on trucking.
I don't think you have to feel too bad for Grubby, though. I think Grubs is fine.
Yeah.
He's been doing all right for himself over the last 10 years.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Base Trade TV. You guys come, we do casting. I cast with Zombie Grub and a lot of other people. Come check it out.
Rotti, I don't think I really need to introduce you. Everyone knows who you are. We see you all the time, but, everyone loves more Twitter followers, so where can they find you?
It's not really about the Twitter followers, but if you want to tweet me, then you can do that at twitter.com/RotterM08. I do want to say, if you guys want to watch one series of StarCraft that you're like, you know what, I have some time to kill and I want to kill it, go watch Pulse versus Bomb at WCS America semifinals. Those games were so freaking amazing.
Yeah.
That is the best semifinal that you're going to see in quite a while. Absolutely awesome. Other than that, I want to give I don't know, I had some shoutouts in mind, but I can't really remember. Anyway, thank you for having me on your show.
Shout out to Nathanius.
Shout
rest in peace, his beard.
But no, shout out to Nathan always. But yeah, thanks for having me on the show. Keep doing what you're doing. I think the talk shows are fun to watch as well. I do really want to apologize for the fact that I was late. I could swear that it started at 3. I am really sorry.
That's no worries.
I was just showering and I was like, I still have like 30 minutes, so I'll be fine. But yeah, I apologize for that. Won't happen again. And last, I want to give a big shout out to Riff, because Riff, everything that you've been doing has been really, really enjoyable for me as well. As fellow caster, I love watching everything you do. So keep up, man. I'm very. I think it's awesome what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
You're saving esports too, mate. Like all of us together, We can make it if we try.
Wow. Cueing like the cheesy music from the 70s, like right now, seriously.
Oh, Lycan? Oh, man. Oh, hey. So, sorry. One last thing. There's a new show starting. It's going to start this Thursday. It's called Scrubs, and it is where I pay people for their lessons, except instead of me just getting the lesson, they're going to come on and give me the lesson live and take questions from you guys. So it's not just going to be coaching me. It's going to be you have a question, you want to know something, they're going to be there to give you the answers. This week we're premiering. What's that?
You're stealing Mr. Bitter's 10 weeks with the pros, man.
You know, so here's the thing: is I had no idea about that until I met Mr. Bitter in Atlanta, and then he's like, "Oh yeah," someone started asking him like, "So did you pay those pros?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know that's an unoriginal idea." Well, fuck me, but
Not at all. No, I'm just teasing you, mate.
yeah, no,
Because all the information that Bitter had on his shows back then is pretty outdated. It's a different day and age. It's different maps, and there is always new players looking for like. I realize sometimes that I cater too much towards the hardcore dedicated StarCraft II fan as well, and obviously I identify with that group because that's who I am. But I also want to, be that guy that welcomes new people into the scene because that's what we need to grow. And I realize I don't focus enough on that sometimes. But any idea like that is always good because someone may have done it in 2012, but that's not relevant anymore. Someone may have done it last year, not relevant anymore. So you starting it right now is always a good thing. So I'm just teasing you, don't worry.
No, thank you. And actually, I'm probably gonna split it off into 2 episodes a week because the original idea was to do all esports. Like this week, we're debuting with Roots Eggy, which is who's a Hearthstone player. And then the team captain for Complexity Dota is doing next week episode. But I started realizing that there's a lot more StarCraft coaches that I'd like to get in, like a lot of the high GM players that aren't necessarily pros. I'd like to get them on. So I'm probably going to split it off into 2, and it's going to be esports and specifically StarCraft. But and if you ever want to come on and coach me in some Warcraft 3, you're more than welcome to do that.
Sure, well, we could do that. I'd probably enjoy that.
Take your Rotterdam to coach you, I'll get Todd to coach me, and we'll have a show match.
I'll probably rip my eyes out, though.
I have never, when we talk coaching me and that, we're talking like, I have played the first act of the campaign. And that's it, and that's just Warcraft.
Oh, I don't need coaching, then I'm going to win.
Yeah, I'll start.
What kind of level were you in Warcraft Rift?
Not very good. No, I was like super casual, but Zombie when I started playing again recently, we streamed some matches. It's pretty fun stuff.
I'll have to download it then and catch up. I'm not gonna let you beat me.
I think I could make you beat Rift then. If Rift is super casual, but then we would have to put some serious time into it. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
Is Orc cheesy? Do you have cheese in Warcraft?
Oh man, let me tell you about the Blade Master.
Yeah, Blade is not really cheesy.
You tell me that's not cheesy, come on.
No, it's not cheesing, it's just imbalanced, but it's not cheesing.
Okay, fair enough.
I would say cheese is not really a word that we used in Warcraft. In Warcraft, we were always talking about abuses, just people who abuse stuff, freaking abuser, yada yada. Human is a pretty abusive race because they are able to pull the boys. Instead of pulling the SCVs, they pull their peasants that turn into militia. They run across the map. First they fight you, and then they build towers. That sounds pretty messed up, right? Imagine SCVs running across the map. First they soak up damage.
Imagine?
And then they wipe in photon cannons.
Humans had what is the pocket turrets or whatever you could buy in the shop. Can you imagine if you could do that with missile turrets? How sick that would be! Front line, bro, siege tanks, bam, instant 5 turrets, no problem.
Maybe a torch should have that upgrade, that could plant a couple of missile turrets immediately if it wants to. So, oh my god, the ultimate answer against magic boxing. There are 5 meters around you.
You could take out those useless guns from the transformation mode and put them on the ground. There you go.
Yes.
All right. Well, again, Riff, thank you for stopping by. Rotti, thank you for stopping by. You guys make the show. Obviously, I just push play and ask the silly questions. You guys make the discussion good. I'm very appreciative for that, and I know everyone watching really is. So, guys, it's been week 5, late game. I said I'd go 5 episodes, so if I go to 6, the passion is solidified and permanent, and it's going to keep going. So we'll see you next week. Check out the show later on this week. Look for the update. Please follow if you like it. And that's all, everyone. Have a good night.
Are we off? Damn it.